आप सभी का स्वागत है पहाड़ी ट्यूटोरियल चैनल में। मैं हूं अक्षत बिष्ट। जैसा कि आपको पता है, हमने इस चैनल पे इंडियन कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम की एक सीरीज स्टार्ट की थी। और जैसा कि आपको पता है, हमने पॉलिटी सब्जेक्ट से स्टार्ट किया था और अभी तक हमारी पॉलिटी की 7 क्लासेस हो चुकी है, जिसमें हम वी लर्न अबाउट वेरियस आर्टिकल्स एंड वेरियस शेड्यूल्स एंड पार्ट्स विच आर frequently asked in exams. So now we will discuss about other important articles, and then we will discuss about provision which we taken from other countries and put in our constitution. Okay, now let's start with Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, it comes under article 81, and Lok Sabha is also called lower house. As you know, our there is an representative of state in our Lok Sabha who known as member of parliament, MPs. Okay, basically Lok Sabha is responsible for making laws and bills and other things related to our country. Okay, it comes under article 81. Okay, the maximum strength of Lok Sabha, it means total number of MPs, it consists of 550. Okay, in our present time there are 543 MPs, if I am not wrong. Okay, you can Google it, and I have doubt on this. Okay, now criteria to be member of Lok Sabha: you should be an Indian citizen. Okay, second, you don't hold an office of profit. It simply means you don't occupy or hold some other post, just like you are a CEO of this company, you are a government servant. You don't have to be those things, you have to be leave those vocation means profession. Okay, a person who is a member of parliament do not hold office of profit. Okay, age should be 25 years at least. Okay, now let's discuss about Lok Sabha. More about Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha, you can understand there are Lok Sabha question which asked about Lok Sabha in our exam is Council of Minister is who? Council of Minister who? A minister which whose government is in power. Basically, there is a government. They elect their ministers of electricity, minister of power, minister of energy, minister of food, minister of finance minister, minister of external affairs minister. So they are responsible to Lok Sabha. Okay, and when government lose their confidence, then no confidence motion passed only in Lok Sabha. Okay, Lok Sabha motion, no confidence motion is passed only in Lok Sabha. You can introduce no confidence motion in Lok Sabha only. Okay, this is, please remember this. Now moving toward Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha, which is elder house. Elder house. It comes under article 80. Okay, its work of those houses are similar. First, a bill introduced in this, and then it go for consideration for to this. Sometimes bill introduced in this and then goes to the consideration to this. It's an part of our parliament. It means if one house is not don't have any and do not give his consent, then the bill cannot be passed. In both houses, bill should be passed to be enacted in our constitution or in a country. unless and until it is money bill. Money bill can be only introduced in Lok Sabha, and Rajya Sabha don't have any right to reject it. They have only 14 days to just read it, and they can give a consideration, the recommendation toward bill, but it is not necessary that Lok Sabha should कि उनको मानना ही है उस बिल को. They don't, if they don't like the recommendation of Rajya Sabha, they can neglect it simply. Money bill, as I taught you in previous video about Article 108, which is money bill, it can only introduced in Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha just have a power to discuss and consider, but don't have any right to reject it. Okay. Now, maximum strength of Rajya Sabha. Rajya Sabha is 245. In this, 233 comes directly from state, and 12 members are nominated by president. By president. Okay, remember this. And from which field president nominate those member? Those field are literature, art, science, and social service. Remember this, okay? Most important for your exams. Now, criteria to be the member of it. Criteria to be member of it is you should be an Indian citizen. And second one, do not hold office of profit, as I mentioned above in Lok Sabha case, okay? And age should be 35 years. Okay? And now you have a question related to that from state, how they select the member of Rajya Sabha. It is selected in state legislative assembly by indirect election and single transferable voting system. Okay? Now moving to the next. First I have to erase this all. Wait a second, guys. Let me erase this all. Okay. Now moving to the some provision which we enacted and in our constitution. First, there is the Government of India. First, we will learn about Act, the Government of India Act 1990. Now, okay, remember this. Okay, in this act is introduced by the British Parliament. This is based on Montagu Chelmsford report. Okay, the main feature of spelling error. Okay, guys. Feature of this act, diarchy. Diarchy means dual form of government. In this, British government says there are two types of bills. One reserved and second one is transferred. Sorry, not bill, power. Reserve powers are of us. Reserve powers directly enjoyed by British governors and Britishers. Okay, and which powers comes under this? Law, defense, police, and so on more. This basically this act basically says that British government have full power on this, but Indian minister don't have any power related to law, defense, and police. Okay, now transferred power. This basically consists of education, health, and so on, and some more powers. Okay, the transfer of powers, directly power enjoyed by Indian ministers. Britishers don't have any right to write on these power related to education, health, and agriculture. Okay. Now, provisional government. Provisional government, it means all the state have right to form their own government and act and can do and can form their own government and can be their own, and there can be their own council of minister and all the power enjoyed by them. They give the rights to full rights to every state. Now, central legislature. Central legislature, basically it means there is an most of the power holds by a center. Okay. Now, Government of Act 1935. Government of Act 1935. This act was also introduced by British Parliament. Basically, the main of this act is to increase the involvement of Indians in Parliament. Okay. Participation of Indians. Okay. The main feature of this act is federal system. Basically, federal system means your government is divided into two parts, where it means there is an union government and state government. Union government have more power and state government have less power. Okay. Now, provincial autonomy. Provincial autonomy, basically it means state do not have full power and full power, just like in related to making laws and other. They don't have full power. Union have the full power. They abolished the hierarchy system in the state levels and but do not abolish it in central level. Basically, remember this. Always asked in question, in which article they abolished the hierarchy in state, in which act they abolished the hierarchy system, and your answer is 1935, not 1990. Okay. Central legislature, same as I taught you in previous slide. It means union have more power. Now, reserve powers. Some powers are reserved to the governor. Governor means British governor. Some special power given to him. Who given to him? British Parliament. Okay. Some power given to the, some special power and major power also. Okay. Now some provision which we taken from other countries in our constitution. Okay, first one, what we take from United Kingdom, we take a parliamentary system or government. Okay, rule of laws, legislative procedure, single citizenship, we had taken from UK. Important. Okay, I am marking which are important and frequently asked in questions. Cabinet system, this one, yes, you can remember this. Fundamental rights, no, not fundamental rights, we take this from USA. Okay, now this is the part of USA. Okay, fundamental rights we have taken from USA, and independency of judiciary we taken from USA, judicial review we taken from USA, impeachment process, this is article 161 we taken from USA, removal of Supreme Court we taken from USA. Now this is other. Federation with strong center, we taken from Canada. Distribution of power between state, we are taken from, as mentioned in 7th schedule. Okay, we taken from Canada. Advisory jurisdiction of Supreme Court, okay, we taken from Canada. Now from DPSPs part 4 we taken from Ireland. Method of selecting, this is important, okay, we taken from Ireland. Okay, and nomination of member of Rajya Sabha we taken from Ireland. Okay, now this one is also important, concurrent list, we take concurrent list from Australia. Okay, freedom of trade and joint sitting of two houses we taken from Australia. Now suspension of fundamental right during emergency we taken from Germany. Okay, now Russia, we take fundamental duties part 4A in 1976. Okay, we taken from when we enacted fundamental duties in our constitution 1976. Okay, remember this. And by which committee these fundamental duties are enacted in our constitution, that is Swan Singh Committee. Okay, 5-year plans, as you know, USA, Russia, and now this is ideal of liberty, equality and fraternity, and these are also mentioned in our preamble. Okay, and we've taken it from France. Okay, now procedure of amendment we taken from South Africa. Okay, Japan we take procedure of law making, and one of the most from Sweden we take Lokpal. I taught you in previous video what is Lokpal, who has a special power to have his special power and can do inquiry related to the public servants, basically government authorities. He has right to do any type of inquiry related to unlawful act performed by a public servant. Okay, he is working in this country or in other country, just like in our embassies. Those are all government officials. Government officials related matter are solved by Lokpal. Basically, inquiry rights all are held by Lokpal. Okay, now moving to some questions related to our Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and Parliament. Okay, first, what is the maximum strength of Rajya Sabha as per Constitution? As I taught you in previous class, this is not 250 and this is 233 plus 12, which is 245. Okay, please don't go on this answer. What is the current strength of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha? This is not 245, this is wrong. Current is 238. Okay, What is the minimum age required to be the member of Rajya Sabha? That is not 30, 35. Okay. Who is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha? He is who? Remember, I already taught you in previous video when I am teaching about vice president. You didn't remember? Let me. Vice president. Okay, remember this. Who is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha? Vice president. Now, moving to our other slide. Today I have brought many questions to you. Now, what is the tenure of Rajya Sabha? Rajya Sabha tenure is 6 years and Lok Sabha tenure is 5 years. Okay. How many members of Rajya Sabha are nominated by president? 12 members. Okay. How many members of Rajya Sabha retires every 2 years? 1/3 members of Rajya Sabha retired every year, every 2 years. You say that, Bhaiya, you didn't teach us about this. No, brother or sister. You will learn about these types of questions after solving as many as PYQs. Okay? Because they always repeat the question. They just change the language. So remember this. I already taught you about basic of polity. Now there is a time to remember, regain and revise those topics through PYQs. Okay? Under which article composition of Rajya Sabha described? Article number 80. Okay? Who is presiding over the Rajya Sabha in absence of chairman? Vice chairman? Deputy chairman? Sorry, deputy chairman. Okay? You can see this. Rajya Sabha is called the permanent house because it cannot be dissolved during an emergency. That's why it is called permanent house. Okay. Lok Sabha, lower house. Okay. MCQ sum. What is the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha after the 104th amendment? By 104th amendment, we removed Anglo-Indians posts which are nominated by president. Okay. Now we have after 552. Okay. Not 5. I'm doubting on this question. We removed 2 posts. I know that, but leave this question. I will tell you this question in comment. Okay, what is the correct answer of this? What is the current strength of the Lok Sabha, 17th Lok Sabha? That is 543. Okay. What is the minimum age to become the member of Lok Sabha? 25 years. Okay. Who is presiding officer of Lok Sabha? Who is speaker? What is the normal tenure of Lok Sabha? That is 5 years. Okay, remember this 5 years. 6 years is of Rajya Sabha. Which article is of the constitution deal with the composition of Lok Sabha? Which is article 81. Article 80 talks about which article? Which provision? Rajya Sabha. Okay. Who decides whether a bill is money bill or not? Who will say that? I taught you when I am teaching you about article 108 money bill. Who will say that it is money bill or not? Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Who administered the oath to the speaker of the Lok Sabha? Who will say? Who will? President. Okay. Pro tem speaker. Pro tem speaker. Not pro tem speaker. President. The power to dissolve the Lok Sabha lies with President of India. Okay. Money bill can be introduced in only Lok Sabha. As I taught you in video about article 108. In article 109, it is clearly mentioned that money bill can be only introduced in Lok Sabha. Okay. That's all for today. I'm taking leave now. Thank you.